Raider Reaction is for mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
It's another beautiful day to be a Raider.
Oh, yeah.
Draped in the silver and black.
Fuck.
I represent the shield.
Regardless,
the swords.
that's still true.
It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring the...
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. In case you had a few too many during the game, or it's your first time here, let me give you some simple directions. It's just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman and a scholar, as well as a man of commerce. So slip him what you need to and he'll point you in the right direction. You're going to take a right and then a left. As you find yourself strolling down the street, you're going to pass a deep dark alley to your immediate right. As you pass that alley, there's a cool breeze that will chill you to your skeletal core. Is it the autumn wind? You goddamn right! Should you venture down that deep dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you will find at the end is a little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. This is your Week 8 Raider Reaction. Game 7 Raider Reaction. My initial reaction is how many times this season have I said, why do I continue to have to see Doug Martin on the field? Why do I have to continue to see Doug Martin on the field? And I know everybody was getting ready to jam that down my throat as soon as it put, oh man, Doug Martin was awesome. You've been talking all this garbage about Doug Martin and how Doug Martin wasn't this and game's on the line. You put the ball in his hands. And who comes busting through the line only holding it with one arm? Doug Martin. Do you see Marshawn Lynch busting through the line, toting the rock with one fucking arm? He's got that bitch 2-arm, fucking coming through the line like a fucking beast. Protect the rock, especially when it's the fourth quarter and the game's on the goddamn line. Doug Martin is a has-been who never was one. Okay? He's a 1 or 2 season flash in the pan. He cannot be our number 1 running back. He hasn't been a number 1 running back in forever. You cannot rely on him. You cannot rely on him. Derek Carr looks solid. The offensive line gave him time. He had time in the pocket. He looked solid in the pocket. His completion percentage was great. He probably, the only knock I could say on DC is there's at times he should have stretched the field, and he probably became captain check down a little too much. And the reason his completion percentage was so stellar is because he never really pushed the ball and took enough chances. Never took enough chances. That's the biggest knock I have on Carr for the game. Is he never quite took enough chances. Because I never liked Martin either, Diego. I'm with you. He was my what the fuck signing in the offseason. He's the guy that I never really understood. I don't get it. Okay, explain this to me. Explain this to me. Marshawn Lynch is the number 1. Jalen Richard's the number 2. And Doug Martin was just kind of filling in a little bit. Now, how does your number 1 go down and your number 2 doesn't become your number 1? Shouldn't have Jalen Richard stepped into the starting role and Doug Martin stepped in behind him with DeAndre Washington filling in as the 3rd? Why do you want to win? Who the hell said that? Why do you want to win? Are you kidding me? You want to go out there and tank to get a better pick? You realize we got 3 first-round picks next season? It doesn't matter. We're going to get talent out of those 3 picks regardless. And you want to go out there and lay down? What kind of gutless-ass, bitch-ass mentality is that? No way in hell would I ever expect my team to go out there on Sunday and lay down so they can get a better fucking draft pick. That's some kind of gutless ass, bitch ass mentality. I would never, ever look at that. We got 3 first-round picks coming next season. Regardless of where we finish, it's based on where the other 2 teams finish too. So that is a gutless mentality. To even want your team to go out there and lose to another team on Sunday is a pathetic and disgusting point of view and frame of mind to have. And I question your fandom at that. Anybody who wants their team to lay down on any given Sunday and doesn't want their team to go out there and kick the teeth in of the other team lining up on the other side of the ball, get out of here. Go find the door. You don't even deserve a seat at the kiddie table for some asinine shit like that. Walk. That's ridiculous. They need to go out there and win because that's what you do as a professional. That's what they're paid to do, regardless of who's on the goddamn roster. Doug Martin, based on his play this season, did not deserve to have a start in this game. He was not the number 2 running back all season. He was at best the 3rd. He was only that because DeAndre Washington was injured. He should have not got the call. When Marshawn Lynch went down, Jalen Richard should have stepped in, and DeAndre Washington, with Doug Martin being the solid number 2, to mix it up behind him. That should have been it. Doug Martin is not a freaking game-time number 1 running back that you can give the ball to and expect to implement his will and give you that game-winning drive at the end of a game and seal it. No way, no how. Warren is out. He is done. He's on IR the rest of the season. That's a myth and a farce. He's not going to be back. Not this season. Next season. So this is who we got. DeAndre Washington, I'm glad I seen him out there. Hopefully he's healthy and he gets in there next season. Richard was a fumbler last season, but this season, I have not seen him put the ball on the ground at all. I've not seen him put the ball on the ground at all. So that was my knock on him last season. I really didn't think he was going to get the call over Washington, but with Washington getting hurt, Richard got the call, but Richard has not put the ball on the ground. That is the one mark that he has improved this season. Man, we don't need Le'Veon Bell. We need Le'Veon Bell like we need a hole in the goddamn head. That dude's a me guy. He is not all about the team. We do not need that guy. He's too much money, and he's all about himself. This game was a game that should not have got away from us. Our defense was pathetic at best. We could not stop them at all. The defense let a 2-5 Indianapolis Colts team walk up and down the field on us with a rookie running back, and we looked bad. We looked bad. We started the game slow, and we ended the game even slower. Yeah, it's great. And everybody's going to be talking tomorrow about, oh, everybody knocking Derek Carr and look at his great stats. Only stat that matters. The only stat that matters. And we did not leave with it. We're not going home with the only stat that matters, and that's a win. That's a W. That's a check in the win column. We didn't get it. So I don't care about how many in a row he completed, how many he checked down and threw to an outlet. I don't care. We took the L. Martavius Bryant was a ghost. You didn't see him. A ghost. Hold on. Did the Colts punt today? I have the, hold on. I can answer that question quickly. Let's start. Drive summary. First quarter, touchdown Colts. Raiders 3 and out. Field goal Colts. Raiders touchdown. Colts punt. They did go 3 and out. And then we scored a touchdown, and they ended with a field goal at the end of the second quarter. So in the second quarter, we did force a punt between 2 of our touchdowns. We came out, scored first. In the third to go up by 1. They scored to tie. We scored to take the lead. They scored to tie, and then we went 3 and out. Then they scored. Then we fumbled. Then they scored. And then we turned it over on downs. In the fourth quarter, we did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. We had the advantage. We gave up the advantage, and then we fumbled the fucking ball when it counted. When we were down to our last card to play. We'd already given up the advantage in the second half, and now we were the team chasing, and we blew. Because Doug Martin was our starter. One and 6. 1 and 6. Complete opposite of where I predicted us to be. Complete opposite. Now you look at next week. Battle of the Bay, the last one against the Niners. Offense looked better. The Fidel Brown penalty was BS, but it meant absolutely nothing. That was a drive where they were going to get a field goal anyway, and they only ended up getting a field goal. So, it was a bullshit penalty, but it didn't mean anything. Didn't hurt. Meant nothing. Did not change the course of the game whatsoever. The defense was non-existent. We're back on Thursday. It's Thursday Night Football. And man, Battle of the Bay in prime time. We'll see what we can do. But this one was not one we should have lost. I put this one on Doug Martin. How does a guy who basically was only averaging 2 yards a carry coming in now earn the start when your number one goes down? Jalen Richard had looked good. How does he not earn the chance to start? How do you put Doug Martin in there? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll see you tomorrow night and Tuesday night for a 2-night stint of the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. I still hold my shield high. But goddamn. Goddamn. We're all sick of losing. And this particular team that we have assembled right now, that John Gruden has assembled, is fucking bad. Really bad. And I hope whatever plan he's working, he knows what the hell he's doing. Because right now, we're going to be the laughing stock at another week of work. Fuck. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation!